Ladies and gents, welcome to another episode of Nass the Pod. I have a very special guest, my man Jason, aka Wooooooo. My dog,
Yeah.
the floor is yours, man.
What's up, everybody? As Nass said, it's Wooooooo, aka Jason, aka Mr.
My
Bid
dog,
194 himself, aka call it what you
my
want.
dog.
um, nah, man. I'm happy to finally be on one of the Nass the Pod episodes. Been a long time coming. I left
Oh
the state
God,
for about 2 years. Nass has been one of my closest friends since when I meet you, Nass, like 20,
had it been 2019.
2019?
2019, yeah, for sure,
2019.
for sure.
So Nass has been around for a long time. I've been seeing this coming. The takes really all started coming from the Nike break
Really, the
room.
aisles, bro. Really, the aisles in the break room, for real.
Started from the aisles and footwear, made its way to the break room, made its way out the break
Oh man,
room.
I'm mad excited.
It's even made its way into hotel parties where we started, chatting it up about basketball. But man, this is what it is, guys.
Relax,
This is Nass the Pod. Don't
relax.
don't let this man fool you. You feel me? Like he said,
Relax.
where
Oh
the
man.
shorty's at, you feel me? Where they at,
Oh man.
But
Relax.
I'm happy to be
Don't
on this
got him.
show. I'm happy, we're gonna do better, do bigger things this year, and just I hope you succeed in everything in any way possible. And let's get into it, man. I'm ready.
Yes, sir.
I'm ready.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, my man Jay. I appreciate all the kind words, obviously, my boy. Um, quick background. Jason is a big LeBron fan. I mean, I'm a LeBron fan too. I mean, I got the Slam magazine over there, so I'm a big LeBron fan too. But I have to be honest with myself. We do go back and forth about, a bunch of topics, honestly. But today is really, I haven't had a real LeBron basically dominated episode. And I feel like right now, at this point of the season, it's very important. We obviously heard the news about him potentially having 1 to 2 years left in his career. And that's pretty big news because I've watched LeBron my entire lifetime, just like you and just like most of the viewers who are watching. So it's interesting. Like, it hasn't hit us yet, but like this dude's really going to retire, and there's going to a massive void in basically the basketball world. So before the tears start flowing and all that, a couple years from now, I want to actually we'll start off with Mind the Game Pod. As I've said previously, I've become the biggest fan of now my favorite podcast, Mind the Game podcast with LeBron and JJ Redick. Jason has basically been the only person I've talked to about it. Honestly, he's really been tapped in since episode one. I knew it was going to be a smash because I've listened to numerous JJ Redick podcasts. LeBron's one of the smartest basketball minds ever, if not the smartest. So I knew those two worlds colliding. That was just going to be beautiful work. So Jay, what is I shouldn't even say favorite. We can just get into whatever what's been the most like insightful thing you've taken away from Mind the Game podcast.
Just that things are always the way we make it seem as casual basketball fans watching from the sidelines. Like LeBron said, he said that like every star needs help. Every star needs to know where they're gonna be at on the floor in order for them to make the right play. Because if you don't know that,
Yeah.
you're gonna lose. Like there's guys in the league that don't know how to hit a corner three. There's guys in the league that don't know how to run floppy screens or ghost screens or
Yeah.
guard the inbound baller that's passing the ball out to the other person on the other team trying to get a bucket. Like there's a lot of
For
people that
sure.
don't know about stuff like that. Like they run these plays that are so sophisticated that like as a casual basketball fan, like I wouldn't say I'm a casual because I watch it every day, but like
I
to the
wouldn't say
person
you're
who
casual.
doesn't that just looks up the stats and everything, like because there's people out here that just look up stats, bro. Right? Like me and you
Yeah.
both seen
Yeah.
like we can see like, oh, okay, cool. Like I can go like this, like, oh, LeBron had 40 points, but he shot 20 free throws, made
Yeah.
18 of them, and he shot fucking 7 of 21 from the field. And he
Yeah.
had like 10 turnovers. You feel me? That's a negative
Yeah.
to the team because you don't want 10 turnovers. You don't want to shoot 9 of 21 from the field. Like he's out there on that floor to help his teammates get better, put them in spots and positions to make sure that they succeed in this game
Yeah.
of basketball. But there's also
Yeah.
players that don't want to learn. He said like there's players that want to play that one-on-one game. Like
Yeah.
everybody, like
And you can
my
tell
I,
too, or watch it. You can see who wants to play 1-on-1.
you can see it.
You can just tell.
My
Yeah.
my biggest takeaway from Mind the Game pod, Mind the Game podcast is that what LeBron said. He said a lot of players are not willing to learn it. They only want to play one-on-one because that's what they consider a bag nowadays. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. And
We
that's
all say,
so mind-boggling, bro. That's so
you see what I'm
mind-boggling to me,
saying?
honestly. It really
It's
is because like you're making so much money, and it's like the whole point of getting into the NBA. Sorry to cut you off. Is like obviously like
mhm.
you're super talented, but you're now in like you're in this league that is filled with a bunch of guys who may just be as talented as you. But just because you have that talent doesn't mean you're going to be more impactful than someone that's not as talented as you. There's people in certain positions that are doing X, Y, and Z to, make sure that they're in the NBA much longer. And we've seen dudes come in the league and, they might throw this one-on-one game on and they just stick to that. They don't evolve into anything else. They don't reinvent their games in different shapes or forms to extend their careers. And I feel like that's the main goal once you get into the NBA. Obviously, everyone wants the money, the accolades, the shorties, all that. Everyone wants that. But once you get in, it's probably, and I'm not in the NBA, you're not in the NBA, but my guess would be how can you make as much money as you can and how long can you make it? Because I don't know if you've seen it, but I saw a TikTok yesterday and Wooooooo was on a podcast. I forget the name of it, but he was basically saying like, dude, a lot of these dudes get into the NBA and then they go broke. And he was breaking down like the financial literacy of like agent fees. Obviously like the bread on like the mansions and all this luxury life. Basically, he was just saying like, listen, like we're getting this 10 mil cut, but we have dues, we have things that we have to pay for. So you're really only getting 1% of that. So all this flash that you see on Instagram, like, yeah, it might be there, but how long is it really there for? And even when you retire, how long are you able to stand on your own 2 feet? You know what I mean? So like, and I feel like that's really what LeBron is really talking about. Like all this flash stuff, that shit don't matter. Like I feel like the point of the game is you're super talented. Once you get into the league, how can you extend your career? How can you make the most money? And I feel like part of that is reinventing your game. And that has to do with not playing one-on-one all the time. Because listen, all these dudes were Mr. Basketball in their city. Let's just be honest. You feel me?
A
Or
lot of them,
McDonald's
a very,
All-Americans. A lot
yeah.
of them. So like, bro, like, the hunts are gonna
I
be
can
hunted. That's my point.
I can tell you this right now, just based off what you said. It stems from that, and like if you see it now, right? So like John Morant,
Yeah.
Mikey Williams,
Yeah.
um, what's that other dude? He had beat up his girlfriend, and
Gio
they kicked him
Johnson.
off the team. Dr. Johnson,
Yeah. Oh, I
three
fuck with
players
Gio
right there,
too.
right?
Yeah.
Three players right there that tell you a lot about what happens when the fame and the money all kick in. Mikey
Yeah.
Williams, number one, it's like, bro, like,
And the crowd too.
yeah, in the crowd that you put yourself around. Like, my thing is, like, I used to be a big Mikey Williams fan. Even though I'm older
Yeah.
than him, it's like I can appreciate, greatness when I see it. I know the kid can play ball. I
Yeah.
know who you've been around,
Yeah.
and I know who you're not around no more. When he
Yeah.
was around Bronny and LeBron, he was okay. He knew
Yeah.
how to move. He started
Yeah.
hanging out with young boy. He started
Yeah.
hanging out with people that don't want the best interest in what he's doing. Like, bro, like you almost lost your basketball career due to the fact that you wanted to be a gangster. Like most people, like that's not a life you want to live. Like that's not a
Nah,
life
for
you want to
sure.
live. Like, cause there's real life people out here
Yeah.
living that type of life, and there's people like this. I know real street people that want Mikey Williams life. Like, bro, like what like real street people would do with that kind of money, bro. They'll
Yeah,
help
literally.
make their community better, shit like that. Like
Yeah.
it all stems from the fact that like they're getting money too young. LeBron even said it.
Yeah.
He said they're getting money so young that when they get into the league,
Yeah.
they already think they're the shit because the coaches, their high school coaches, their college coaches, they're not instilling that mindset of like, can you talk shit to them
Yeah.
without them getting mad at you? Like
Yeah.
LeBron said, the way he got better was he allowed his coaches to talk shit to him. He allowed his
Yeah.
coaches to humble him, bro. I don't
Yeah.
know if you remember in episode 3, he said his freshman year they had won the state title. They won
Yeah.
27-0. He came back
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah.
His coach kicked him out of practice after he
And
just
he wasn't
got
even
off the season
and
of
he
playing
was
football.
and he wasn't even doing nothing. You feel me? He literally said, "I wasn't doing anything. I
Wasn't doing
didn't do
nothing.
anything." But the coach was trying to set a tone, like, "Listen, this is not. It's
And he
not the
set a
play."
beautiful
You feel
tone.
me?
He set a
Yeah,
beautiful
yeah.
tone
Makes it a
because he
beautiful
said
tone.
all
Yeah, for
that did
sure.
was make him even go harder, bro. Like, okay,
Yeah,
I'm the number one player in the country now. I'm Mr.
yeah,
Basketball. I'm Mr. This. I'm All American
yeah,
as a sophomore, and my coach just humbled me because he didn't want me to come in there with a big head. Because guaranteed, if
yeah.
LeBron goes in there with a big head, life could have been different. We don't know.
Hell yeah,
That one little aspect in your life could have changed everything. He said from that moment on,
100%.
he never took none of the shit he did for granted because he knew that like with all this power, all this money and everything, like I
Yeah,
have to get better. He said once he got to the NBA, he said he already knew how to have a grown man mindset.
yeah,
There was only certain things you can teach him once he got there, like obviously like a couple of pro plays,
yeah,
um, obviously like what else was it like just trying to be a man yourself obviously because you have to stand on your 2 feet once you get to the NBA because he said nobody's looking over you. He's like
yeah.
he didn't get that chance to go to college where people were looking over his shoulder still trying to get to him. He didn't get to go to the party scene but he still turned out as
Turned
one
out
of the
just
greatest
fine.
to ever do it, bro.
Turned
Like
out,
and
turned out just
it's
fine.
sad to say that though, but like you really gotta like sit back and think like this one-on-one bullshit is like it's enough for me, bro. Like I see it a lot. I see it all the time on NBA. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie to you. That's why they say like down the stretch, like which all-star is gonna have the ball in their hand because it's like you can play one-on-one, but if
yeah,
you get doubled, do you know how to pass that ball out?
yeah.
You
You
feel
gotta
me?
make the right read. Yeah, for sure.
Because being a one-on-one player and a 5v5 player is a totally different thing, bro. Like you're in the
Two
NBA to
completely
play
different things.
5v5, not 1v1. LeBron
Yeah,
said it. He said that there is people in the NBA that will literally ask him on the court, "Why are we doubling you? We're
yeah,
doubling you because we know you're great,
yeah,
but can your fucking teammates make a shot?
yeah.
If your teammates
Can
can't
you
make a
make the right
shot, then we're
read?
doing our job
Yeah,
because you don't turn this into
a
an
1v1.
iso ball game. Because
I
if
bet.
like say this right, I'm doubling Luca right
Yeah,
because Luca's usage is the highest in the NBA.
yeah.
So they're just doubling Luca off the rip, bro. Like because if he makes his
Too
first
many
couple of shots,
blitzes.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
blitzing him all the time. So it's like, okay, cool. But now he has Kyrie Irving. So it's like, if we're blitzing Luca,
Who's gonna count for that?
we know Kyrie gonna go get his, but we're okay with Kyrie getting his because is he as good as Luca
Yeah,
passing the ball out those blitzes? No, he's not.
yeah,
He's not.
yeah,
Most definitely. And
yeah,
is Tim Hardaway always going to hit those 6 or 7 3-pointers a game? No, he's not. It's not going to happen.
yeah. But
I've
they
seen
and they're
Tim
gonna and they're
Hardaway,
gonna and they're gonna live with those shots too. They'll
and
let
they're going to live with him. And
fire.
he said that.
Yeah,
He said like, there's certain things we'll live with. Just like when he was talking about the Clippers on those
yeah,
switches. He said he vetoed whatever the fuck his coach had going on, in that he knew, okay, cool, you're gonna keep switching this big out here on me. I'm gonna keep
yeah,
making you pay. Like, bro, like
yeah,
it's just a little shit like that. Like, are you willing to learn to adapt in this NBA style of play nowadays, bro? Because you gotta know how to pass, you gotta know how to rebound, you
yeah,
gotta have a shot, you
yeah.
gotta be able to pass out to double, you gotta know how to read defenses. Like I've
A
learned
lot.
some new shit like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Like, bro, counting down on the court
The
on
two
how
the
long
two
it's about to
nine.
take you to,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
the two
know.
nine, bro. The ghost screens,
Yeah,
the
the
slight
tagging.
back taps,
Yeah,
the fucking
it's
the
crazy.
short pick and rolls,
It makes you just think like, damn,
and any
this
and
shit not a game. It really isn't a game. Like this shit really not a game.
any
I'm not even
casual
trying to sound
basketball
cliche.
fan needs to know this, bro. Like they need to know that
Yeah, they
basketball,
need to know it.
it seems simple, but that shit is not simple. It's
It's
easy to
not.
put a ball in the hoop. Anybody can put a fucking basketball in the hoop.
Not for
But
sure.
do you know how to read defenses? Do you know how to make your own offensive plays? Like, do you know how to do a fucking short pick and roll and pass the ball out even though you can go score yourself? No.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
I
because
know.
bro, think about it, right? Jokic brings the ball down the court, right?
Yeah,
9 times out of 10. Murray comes half court offense, gets the ball.
yeah,
Jokic sets a short pick and roll. He doesn't roll all the way down to the basket, but 9 times out of 10, from the strong side, the right defender is going to come diving down trying to help, and he's going to pass it out. And guess who's going to be sitting there? Michael Porter Jr. or Caldwell Pope
MPJ. Yeah,
and
and you can't.
MPJ. And
And
then
now you can't leave that there.
now you can't
And you
leave that.
can't
And
leave
now you
him
got Aaron Gordon in the left hand corner, the weak side,
cutting on the dunk
and
spot.
and
Crazy.
7 times out of 10, he might
He's
either shoot
cutting.
it or go dunk it.
Yeah.
Because you can throw him an alley, or you can throw that pass out to the right hand corner,
And
and
anything in the
boom,
dunk spot. Seriously. I know.
it's crazy.
And yeah, and that's why that's why I really appreciate from Mind the Game is that it's just opened up like me and you, for example, like I know me and you really watch the game, like multiple games from multiple teams, and we at least attempt to see the game from everyone's perspective, whether it's a different player, a coach, both oppositions. But Mind the Game really like the X's and O's, like that was like the last like niche that I feel like basketball fans needed. And I said it on my last episode, like we don't got access to that. Like all this tape that they're bringing up, yeah, I could go on YouTube and bring it up, but like, you know how much work it is to like, first off, the
Find it.
terminology. We don't know the terminology. We can find the tape, but
But the
finding the
terminology is
tape
crazy.
and correlating it with the terminology is nuts. Like
Like, how the hell we
bridging
gonna know what a
those two
2-9
together.
is, bro? You feel
Yeah,
me?
if
We
they
don't
don't
know what
sit
a
down, I
two
don't know what a
nine
two
is.
nine is or a
I'm thinking
floppy,
it's a tool, bro. When he said that, I thought it was a tool. I'm like,
bro. Like I'm not. How am I supposed to know that? You know what I mean? So I just really do appreciate like what they've done in terms of like they've made me smarter as like a basketball fan. I always tell people like I don't even be hooping. Like in the summer, like I hoop. Like yeah, if you're gonna call me a hooper, like yeah, sure, I'm a hooper. But like to me, like I'm a student of the game. Like I would really like watch a game and I want to break it down to a T. You feel me?
I'm not
Play
gonna
by
lie to
play.
you. This summer, bro, like I've been playing basketball. I've been trying to get back in tune. Obviously, I've been back for like a year and a half, but like prior
Not
to
bad.
that, I had broke my ankle, so I wasn't able to do much down south. So I
Yeah,
wasn't really able to play basketball that much. But when I got back
yeah,
up here, started
yeah,
hooping more at BU, and like the first podcast LeBron had put out,
yeah.
I took some of that knowledge and I like incorporated it in like pickup basketball because
Telling
like
you, I'm telling you, like
you never know, bro. And like
be
9 times out of
surprised.
10, bro, like if I'm playing basketball with my friends and shit, I'm always the tallest on the court. I'm not the biggest, obviously, but like I got the height, I got the length,
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
jump. You feel me?
yeah.
I'll get mine. So like, like to most of my friends, bro, like I'm like they're Draymond Green. Like I'm the person. I'm gonna do the dirty work for you, so you don't have to. But I'm gonna make sure you get the buckets. I'm gonna make sure you're always open. I'm gonna
Yeah,
make sure you feel me. You're cutting. I'm gonna screen for you. You feel
yeah.
me? And then I'm gonna go drop corner, and I'm gonna let the
Make sure,
dunker come down sometimes just to go dunk it. Even if you can't dunk,
yeah.
nigga.
Make sure you
Mm,
got the necessary space. Yeah, for
you
sure.
feel me?
100%. Yeah.
So like like taking some of their knowledge, putting in what the knowledge I already had, like makes it better for me.
And it
Um,
makes it more fun.
it just makes it more fun, and then like it like shows people that like what the hell is going on in the court,
Yeah.
but do they really know? Like, because people who just go outside the hoop just go outside the hoop, obviously. But like I be out there trying to, actually
To
just try to
work on their
incorporate
one
shit.
on one moves too.
So I'm saying,
It's crazy. It's really crazy. All right. Well, um, now that I brought up LeBron, obviously, I have to ask you, your Los Angeles Lakers, and I know you're not even a Lakers fan, but you are, and I respect this because I've had, favorite players like, for example, like Russell Westbrook, one of my favorite point guards ever. You feel me? Like arguably, it's really like him, AI, and Kyrie. Those are like my three like guys.
yeah,
But obviously, with Russ in during his prime in OKC, like for a good period of time, I consider myself an OKC fan. Like I'm not trying to see my boy lose. I'm trying to see him eat. You feel me? So
yeah,
you as a players fan, which I feel like there's not enough of that. Everyone has their loyalty to their team, and I get that. But like
yeah.
once you see that the loyalty, they can trade a player at any point. Once I seen that, the nasty side of the business, I was like, you know what? Besides the Celtics, I'm not gonna get too attached to certain franchises. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you and your fandom of LeBron, he's on the Lakers. He's been very successful as a Laker. I actually
Mm-hmm.
saw something a couple weeks ago talking about should he get a statue, and I saw someone say, I think it was Gilbert Arenas. He said no, he shouldn't get a statue because the longevity hasn't been there. But I really sat there and I thought, like, the only
He's
thing he
been there for
hasn't done
about
in
7 years.
he's been there for a while now. He's
Been there
been there
like
for a
7 years.
while. He's
Been there
been
like
there
7 years.
much longer than his second Cavs tenure, and I think he's been there longer than his Miami tenure. Miami, he went there in
Yeah,
2010, and he left in 20 after the 2014
14.
finals, right? Because
Yeah,
then
he
he played
left.
2015 with Kyrie and Love in the
Mm-hmm.
first finals.
And then he
So
went there 4 times. Again, he
yeah,
went back to the finals 4 times because he won. He won one, lost three.
yeah. So now I'm saying like listen, I know outside of the bubble ring, but I mean, listen, it's a ring is a ring. You know what I mean? And what him and Davis were still able to at least accomplish for a franchise that's been in search of a title since when's the last time they had one? Was it
They,
03 or 02?
I'm gonna
Oh
tell you
no, I'm
something.
bugging. Oh, 2010. I'm bugging with Kobe and
They were
Chesney.
going to win it all that year, regardless of who was in their way. You feel me? Like,
That's a fair
and I
assessment.
say this
Fair.
because like I'm tired of like I hear people saying the bubble ring. Bro, do you not know how hard it is
And
to
every
go
player has
out
said
your
that too, by
way,
the way. Every
your
player said it.
way and like leave your family alone for months on end, bro, and go grind that and say like, oh, this is something I want to do? Because they was
With no
already on a tear.
no entertainment, by the way, at all.
No entertainment, just
Just hoop.
locked in on basketball. Like
That's it.
I think people fail to realize that like, bro, like you don't always need fans there to support you playing basketball. It's
Literally.
like playing pickleball. It's like you're really more locked in on the game because like 9 times out of 10, bro, if you're trying to just show off for a female, why are you here?
Yeah, for sure.
Why are you here?
Why? Why?
We're
Literally
gonna see
why?
the games regardless. We're gonna see the games regardless because guess what? Technology's here, bro. Like, but like that
Literally.
bubble ring, like it's a ring because if any other team wins that,
Yeah.
it's a ring. If Miami beats the Lakers in that bubble, it's a ring.
It's a ring.
You
It's a
know?
ring. 100%.
Oh, everybody didn't want to come to play. You had Paul George and them talking about, oh yeah, we really didn't want to be there. If you don't want to be
Yeah,
there, leave. Like I'm
that's
not
fair.
hearing none of that because it's like if you don't want to be there, you could have left. We really don't. But you guys tried your asses off against against the Nuggets team. Tried your
Yeah.
asses off. Like like this wasn't like it wasn't like oh this is how like Donovan Mitchell made his name. This is
Yeah.
how Jamal Murray really made his name. There's a
Yeah.
reason why they moved off of Gary Harris that year for a
Yeah.
reason. Like people just think like this shit was just happening to happen. No, if COVID didn't happen, me and I both know this. I think they had the last game the Lakers had played was against Milwaukee.
Yeah.
It was against Milwaukee, and it was like early December. It was early December because I remember it. And Giannis had said after the game, he said, "The hardest person for me to guard is LeBron James because he's too strong, he's too fast, and
Yeah.
LeBron was going off that game, bro. People fail to realize he had like 35 that game. AD had
Yeah.
like
And I think
30.
he went off. I think was that in LA too?
No, that was in
I think
Milwaukee.
it was in Milwaukee.
It was in Milwaukee
Mm.
because they was both going back and forth dunking. LeBron was dunking on everybody. Giannis was
Yeah.
trying to dunk on everybody. AD was making great defensive plays. Caldwell
Yeah.
Pope was still in the Lakers making great defensive plays. We had JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard,
Yeah.
Rondo. Um,
No, that team
so
was
like
that team was actually slept on. I've slept
and,
on it. Looking back on it as an NBA champion like team, I myself I've slept on like the personnel on that team and how complimenting they were of each other. Like I actually did sleep on them. That was a
and
really really good team.
that year they had beat the Nuggets was because Jokic said it. He said they had bigs. They
Yeah,
had other
Dwight.
bigs besides AD to deal with him.
Yeah,
You throwing big ass Dwight at him, it's like, okay, bro, like I can't just move Dwight. It's not happening.
yeah. It's not just yeah, it's not happening.
Whatever people think about Dwight, great defensive player, he still wasn't moving him in his what 14, 15th year in the
Yeah, he was
NBA.
up there. He was up there at the time for sure. He was definitely up there.
JaVale McGee come in, block shots, bro. Like they was just rotating bigs on him. Like a lot of people don't understand, bro. Like the Lakers have winning basketball is when they have bigs and shooters around LeBron James at
Mm-hmm.
his old ass age right now, at the age of 39. It's like
Yeah,
if you surround him with bigs and shooters, it opens up the floor. Now
yeah,
he's like, oh, okay, I can pick and choose my spots because I know I can get here,
yeah.
but it's all depends on if this player can make the shot. Like if he's making this shot, like say when Vando comes back and he starts making shots, they're gonna respect
Unlocks
him.
unlocks a whole nother dimension, and that's what I want to get into. What is because the right now the Lakers are what? Are they the 9 seed right now?
I think yeah, we're the
Because
9 seed right
Warriors
now.
Warriors are 10. I know the
Yeah.
Suns
The
right now
Warriors are
the
like,
Suns are 6. 7 I think is the Pels and then the Kings.
yeah,
Pels, Kings, Lakers, Warriors. Though I do think that you guys because the Pelicans and the Kings, now the Kings, they just lost Malik Monk for like 4 to 6 weeks. Their season's over. This season was already dead because they don't play enough defense. I've been like saying that for a couple months now. Secondly, the Pelicans, Ingram is not back yet from his knee sprain. That's pretty
He's
big.
not coming
Though,
back.
you know he's gonna come back?
I don't think he's gonna come back. I think if you and Zion's hurt too now.
Yeah, he had that collision. Yes,
So
he
I
leave the
mean, I
game or
don't
did he
know.
finish?
He left the game.
He
He
left the
didn't come
game.
back.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
like,
So they're riddled with injuries. Basically, what I'm saying is like you guys have a real good chance at grabbing 7, a really really good chance, and that
yeah.
changes everything
But
because now
the only
not
thing
only
is
that,
though,
the Warriors too. They probably want to think about getting 8 with those injuries.
yeah. But here's the thing, right? So I think who's the top 3 seeded teams right now? Is it
I think
who
it's
is number who,
Minnesota. Not in order. I don't really know because it flip flops too. It's Denver, OKC, and Minnesota. Those are the 3 right now. I think right now number 1
no,
is
Denver's second.
Denver second.
I
I don't
think
know the
Denver
order.
no.
I just know that they're in the top 3.
If
One
I
of
knew the
the 3
order,
teams.
I would be able to tell you, but like I believe those top 3 teams right now,
Yeah,
Minnesota's definitely no. Minnesota's third.
Minnesota's third, and I
No,
think
no,
Denver.
no, they're
I think
not third. I think Minnesota's
I
number
think
one right now.
Denver's second.
I think Denver's second. So,
Okay, he's 3.
but they all got the same record though. They're all 53 and
It's
23.
yeah. It's all like a half game or they're tied or whatever.
So
And I
what
don't know what the
happens is right.
tiebreakers are either because a couple of them
So
are in the same
tonight,
division.
so tonight there's going to be it's a good game. Clippers versus Nuggets.
It's a huge game.
So if
That's another
if
cold team.
the Clippers beat them, if the Clippers win, that obviously drops the Nuggets to third seed.
Yeah,
I know this. No, OKC lost the other night. They don't play that night, but I don't know. It's tricky.
they lost last night to the Celtics too.
Yeah, they lost. They lost bad because they didn't
they
have no
didn't
Shea.
have Shea or J Dub. No J Dub either.
Yeah, Shea or J Dub. So like that's understandable. Minnesota won last night, so they're definitely the number 1 seed. So I think it's Minnesota, OKC, Denver. No, Minnesota, Denver,
Denver
OKC.
OKC. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think Denver's at 2. So what is
but
your ideal pathway for the Lakers? Like if you
I,
were to create a pathway, not to just get to the finals, I'll just start with Western Conference Finals because that's just a realistic scenario. Who would you want to see and why?
honestly, I would want to see obviously like the first round. If we could, if any way can possible in the world,
OKC?
I'd rather us have the eighth seed, right? But
Yeah.
this all depends on who loses out and who wins out. Because like there will
Amongst the
be
top 3,
teams,
right? Yeah.
yeah, there will be teams that would want to lose out just to face certain teams. So like if I'm matching up and I'm like the Timberwolves, realistically, I'm not trying to see the Lakers. Realistically.
If you're Minnesota,
If I'm Minnesota, I'm not trying to see the Lakers first round because one, Rudy's going to get brought out the paint. You don't got Carl Anthony Towns no more. He's not coming back.
no,
He's
he's
not
coming
coming back.
back. No, he's coming back. I saw something yesterday. He's actually like there's a report saying he's coming back. This is not like a Julius Randle situation where like it's kind of quiet or whatever. There's
I
a report that said that he's probably coming back. Is he going to be effective? I don't know. I don't think he's going to be
but
as effective
that's
because this
that's
is
the thing though. It's like
it was a MC was it MCL or meniscus? What was or
his
just knee
meniscus.
sprain?
It was a
Yeah,
meniscus.
I don't think he's going to be effective. He's going to be okay. He's probably going to be like 70%.
That's cool and all, but it's like I've already done seen what Minnesota is. They're
Yeah.
not gonna be that team to really beat nobody. Like granted, like oh, it's cool. Like like at best they'll probably be like a second round exit, like Minnesota. Like if they don't end up facing the
I think
Lakers,
they'll get around. Yeah, I think they can get
but
around.
like
If
if
they
they're
don't face the
facing
Lakers, I think they can get around.
if they're
If they
facing
face the Lakers.
Golden State, it's over for Golden State. They're done. Golden State's fucking cooked. They're cooked. Like I
Now
think Golden
my
State's cooked.
yeah, now my thing with Minnesota is Edwards is great. He's really great. But I feel like now he's gonna have to take if even if Towns does come back, like their other guards are what Monty Morris, Jordan McLaughlin, Nikhil Alexander Walker, who I think is actually like pretty good on offense. He can hit a couple shots and stuff and create some offense. But like, we're talking about the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like Edwards needs a go-to half-court guy that's not a big. And you got to think
That's
about the
not him.
redundancies. Yeah, that's not him. And you got to think about the redundancies with having the 2 bigs on the court. Yeah, they have an amazing defense. Don't get me wrong. And you got like Nasri coming off the bench, great compliment, can stretch the floor, give you some supplemental scoring. But my thing is like Edwards is gonna see a ton of blitzes in the playoffs. If he faces like say Minnesota draws let's say the Warriors, Edwards is gonna have to go up against Draymond and Andrew Wiggins. Primarily Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins is gonna draw Anthony Edwards. And we saw what Andrew Wiggins did to Tatum in 2020. He didn't shut him down, but he made it really difficult for him. And as I'm an Edwards fan, I love Edwards. I love his game. But I just don't know if he's at this polished point in his career where he can break down his defender in the playoffs, especially someone at the caliber of Wiggins. We know Wiggins has been up and down, but if he draws Wiggins for a 7-game series, Wiggins is going to pick up some tendencies. And Wiggins is a hell of a effing athlete too. So it's like after Ant is like what, 25, 26 a game. He's probably still going to be around there. He's going to take more shots in the playoffs. That's a guarantee because they're going to need him to.
His uptake's going to be way more. But
at this point, I feel like it's going to be similar to a Ja Morant situation where like he's going to have to take more shots. And not saying that Ja taking more shots was detrimental to the team, but if Edwards is taking more shots, who's going to be there to take pressure off of him? You know what I mean? Because listen, the Warriors they're going to show up. I know people have been out on them all year. I have been out on them a little bit. But listen, Klay has readjusted to his role. Chris Paul, he gets hurt all the time. We talked about it on IG. But those guys are smart. Draymond Green is smart. Steph Curry is smart. Like those guys have been there. I don't know if I can trust Minnesota.
A lot of people don't know this though, and we'll get back to like the Lakers and shit. But like a lot of people don't know this. But if you watched Golden State, you would know some certain things. Like, and his things that I've noticed personally. One, the team's in ruins right now. I'm be honest with you, it's in ruins. Like we're not gonna sit here and hide the fact that it's not in ruins. It's in ruins. They don't want us to look at it.
They're definitely declining. Like at a rapid rate, they're definitely declining.
You said Klay adjusted to his role.
He's been better. He's been better. He's been better as a 6 man. He's still inconsistent.
He had those.
He's been better though. He's been a little bit better.
He's had those games against teams where like, all right, cool, like you're supposed to do that. You feel me?
Like,
and people will hype it up.
For sure. Okay.
Game 6 Klay no longer exists. I need all you Warriors fans to know this on Nass the Pod that Game 6 Klay is fucking done. He's not here no more. He never will be here.
But we knew that. We definitely knew that.
Draymond's going to cost you guys playoff games. He's
I'm not out on him yet. I'm actually not out on Draymond.
I've
really
seen
not out
enough,
on him yet.
I've seen enough of Draymond to know that, like, bro, what the hell did you be doing? I don't care either way you look at it, bro. Like, there's no reason why your star point guard, bro, should be spazzing out because you're such an idiot. You're an idiot. I mean, like, you're an actual idiot.
I mean, listen, you said it. I'm not disagreeing. He has been on hots all year. Like, and for him to this point of the year not be able to realize that, it's alarming.
People don't realize that, like, there's a reason why their old GM left.
Yeah, Bob. Yeah, Bob Myers.
There's a reason why Bob left.
Yeah.
Because of, you got to make a decision.
And
if you don't make a decision, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And
he would rather leave. And he said that it was too much for him. That he had to step away.
If you get rid of Klay, they're gonna hate you.
They're definitely he's gonna hate you too. He's gonna hate
realistically,
you too.
Like, they're gonna hate you. If you get rid of Draymond, they're gonna hate you. But it's like, I'm sorry,
there's no happy
bro.
ending.
You wouldn't be in this predicament if and I'm gonna say this because a lot of people need to hear this. If they keep Jordan Poole, they could have probably went on another big run. Guaranteed, you got to run into the fucking Nuggets, though.
I'm 100% like in agreement with you. I think the Jordan Poole situation, it was just poor handling. I think egos. They were protecting Draymond Green. They protected Draymond Green too much. They enabled him. We've seen it post Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole left. There's no more point in the figure, Jordan Poole's taking 20 shots, not hitting shots, or Jordan Poole's this, Jordan Poole's that. No, Jordan Poole hasn't been great like in Washington, but that's a whole different subject. We're talking about
whole different,
primarily in Golden
whole
State.
different.
And if you look
Like
around, Steph Curry's field goal percentage, I know people are going to think like, oh, I'm probably being a Steph Curry hater. It's a teeny bit down. But the reason why that's alarming to me is because he's been an efficient player his entire career. I think he's shooting like 46, 47%, which is still really good. But for his standards as a 3-level all-time scorer that he is, 46, 47% on great looks because he actually benefits from like the system. Like, man, if he could lean on Jordan, he has no one to lean on. Klay Thompson,
nobody.
it took him forever to get acclimated with the 6-man role. Steve Kerr wasn't playing Kuminga early on this year. Like, he wasn't giving him the necessary minutes, which was weird. And then Draymond Green was on hots all year. So you got poor Steph Curry out here at 35 years old with all those miles on his legs, trying to figure out, listen, I don't got no one to look to. Brandon Pajemski, great kid, took the starting spot
Not
from
ready.
Klay. Great gritty. He's not a 3-level scorer. That's not his game. He's not Jordan. This is Jordan Poole we're talking about. Jordan
He's
Poole
not ready.
was in a perfect situation in Golden State. And the fact that, they couldn't solve that Draymond Green, Jordan Poole thing, I feel like that says a lot about the ego that might have been there. Obviously, the Bob Myers situation. That's another reason maybe why Bob Myers left. Maybe he felt, he was a little guilty, like there's some blood on his hands for how they handled it. Because realistically, we all know, even if Jordan Poole is a 6-man, even if that's his destiny in his career is to be a 6-man, if he's supposed to be, this James Harden, I shouldn't even say James Harden, but if he's supposed to be the 6-man James Harden, if that's his role for the rest of his career, listen, he could have done that in Golden State. You had already signed him. You know what I mean?
You didn't have to do.
Like,
You didn't have to move on him.
you
But
didn't
you
have
know
to
what it
move off of
was?
him.
The reason why they moved off him because you got to pay Klay this year. You got to pay him.
That leads to my next hard question. If you already paid Jordan, I understand you can't afford Jordan, you can't afford Klay, you can't afford Wiggins and Draymond within 2-year span. I understand you're already in the second apron. You have to make one tough decision. Now, I understand why Bob Myers left. It seems like the weight was just too much. There was just too much in his head. Leaving Steph is already enough. Like he said it, I think on I actually saw it today. He cried when he went to Steph and announced that he was, stepping down as GM. If a grown man is crying in front of you, that just means that there's a lot of weight there.
It
And it
had
just
to be
tells you
done
about the year
because
that they had.
the owners put the pressure on Bob. Just said make a decision. Pretty much. And if I was the GM, I'm gonna tell you before we get back to this Lakers shit. If I'm the GM, I'm saying I'm picking and choosing who's a liability to this team now and who's going to be able to help Steph, go on another run for a championship on some LeBron stuff.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I don't want to hear like, oh, Curry got it hard, this, that, and the third.
I don't want to hear that either. I don't want to hear that either. Steph has
his name is
hard.
LeBron
No.
James. LeBron James, since he was 18 in the league, he has been expected to carry nothing but scrubs, older players, younger players. He's bringing
Role players that aren't even ready he's taking role players and maximizing them into star level production players.
And now look at them. They have rings, they have money.
Yeah, of course.
You feel me? Like LeBron's out here dragging teams like that to the finals, like damn near every year, or to the playoffs at his agents. Like, oh, Curry this, Curry that. We've seen it already. We have a player that's been doing that, bro. Like, 100%. So like realistically, like I don't feel bad for Curry. I really don't.
Yeah,
I don't because
I don't either. I don't.
Ever since they moved to their new arena,
yeah,
the fans think that they're supposed to just win championships. No, the shit don't work like that. It's not going to happen no more. And for you Warriors fans, again, one more time, I'm gonna tell you guys this: that if the Warriors don't trade Klay or Draymond this year after this offseason,
it's over.
You guys are fucked. And the reason why you guys are fucked is because you want to. Oh my gosh, it's a business. I don't care for how long you've been there. It's a business.
It never ends well. None of these dynasties end well.
I say you get rid of Klay.
We can take a look back.
Get rid of Klay. Get rid of Draymond. Get something while they still have value. Because before you know it,
and I think
they're not going to have value.
I think it's going to be
Klay Thompson has no other bag. He can only shoot. He
But that's
wasn't
what's
Ray
paying.
Allen like he
That's
wasn't.
what I know. But that's what's paying these days. We saw Duncan Robinson sign like a 4-year, $90 million contract like 2 years ago. 4 years, 90 mil. Duncan Robinson. He's a
That's
hell of
what
a
pays
shooter. Don't
him.
get me wrong. But if we're talking Klay Thompson on the market, like Klay can go find a bag. Maybe not 4 years, 90 mil, but you give him a 2 year,
So
45. I think
2 year
he can find
45.
it. I think he can
Yeah,
find something like that for
I
a
think I
contender
think you
and play
just
that
get
Ray
rid.
Allen
I
role,
think
just
he
like you
just
mentioned.
yeah play the Ray Allen role because like people fail to forget this too. Even going off the board real quick, Ray
Yeah,
Allen on Seattle wasn't just a shooter at the time. He turned himself into a shooter. Like
yeah. I
he
mean,
can
yeah,
shoot the piss. He can shoot the
yeah,
piss off the ball, but Ray Allen was dunking on niggas at one point. Like
yeah. He was
niggas don't
initiating a
realize
lot of his
that.
own offense. No, for sure, he was initiating a lot of his own
He
offense.
can take niggas off the dribble. Like niggas don't realize that he got the boss and they
Yeah,
turned him into that. Like, oh,
yeah.
you're gonna
Just
be our
catch and
knockdown
shoot.
3-point shooter.
Yeah. So Pages
Klay
Stojakovic.
Thompson
Yeah,
can't do
for sure.
nothing else but that, bro. Klay Thompson, like, he can't play defense like he used to. He's not a
Yeah,
two-way player no more. He can't
yeah. The
take you off the
injuries.
dribble.
Yeah, the injuries.
We
And
know what he's
that
gonna
wasn't his
do when
game
he
to
gets
begin
into
with.
a slump. Like
Yeah,
that's just what
takes a
it is.
while. It just takes a while. He
That's just
doesn't get out of his slumps as quick as he used to. The
it's
slumps
just
they
like
last like 2-3 weeks. They used to
you're
last
not gonna
like
see
4 days, 5 days. Now they're like almost a month. It's
people
like,
ain't
oh,
gonna
Clay's
see this
struggling.
30 points a game in a quarter no more from Klay. It's not happening.
Yeah,
That
no,
game
no,
six shit's gone.
no, that's
LeBron
done.
already said it. Everybody's figured out how to play against Golden State. They figured them
No,
out.
no.
They like people need to realize this. Like, there's a reason why Golden State is still trying to play small ball because that's the only way they can initiate offense. They don't know how to use a big, an actual big.
I
They
know.
don't know what to do with actual big. Not no more. Not since Andrew Bogut,
Yeah,
David Lee,
I know.
Harrison Barnes.
Kevon Looney's been trying, but he's really like he's a bruiser, rebounder. You know what I mean? He's kind of like an extra hand for Draymond because you can't like Draymond's out here guarding fives. He's over here guarding Sabonis, tired as hell, guarding Jokic for 35 minutes, tired as hell. You feel me? That's the respect I give Draymond all the time. Is like that man
That's
doesn't
some.
duck. He doesn't duck any opposing defensive matchup. He'll go ahead, head on straight, and take him on. If it's like necessary for the team and their goals, he'll take him on. But yeah, Kevon Looney, Bogut, like yeah, like since then, like yeah, it's been that's just not how their system is run. And I think that's why shout out my boy Chase. He's actually like a Warriors fan. He's like a Steph Curry's like his favorite player like ever. And
Nah, that's understandable.
he told me a couple years ago that the reason why James Wiseman wasn't basically a good fit in the Golden State system is because he's kind of just like too flat-footed. He's not as fluid. That system that they run is a lot of running in different sets, and obviously he can go play the screen role stuff like that. But like for what James Wiseman was drafted for, his strengths like on offense specifically, like he's not this grit grind like bruiser big. He's not a Kendrick Perkins. That's not why he got drafted first overall. That's not what made him an All-American at Memphis. No, he got buckets, pick and pop, all that. And as you know, like their offense is a lot of handoffs, a lot of floppy, a lot of
A lot
splits.
of
You know what I mean?
Verjao
So
screens.
Verjao screens, and like you're gonna tell Wiseman to go set 45 screens in a game. Like you're gonna tell him to do that, but that type of big
Yep.
is that what you want? A guy who would primarily like shots versus being a grit guy. You know what I mean?
Nope. But
So it's like I
man,
don't know. I
the
don't
the
know.
Warriors got something going on. But for my Lakers, personally, and I'm gonna tell you this,
Yeah, what's the ideal path, Jay?
the
Who are
ideal
we eyeing?
path
Who's
for
the
the
hunt?
Lakers,
Who's the first
the
round
hunt,
matchup?
realistically, obviously, we don't want to see the Nuggets right now.
No, not right now.
We don't want to see them right now. But I
Wait, before
realistically,
you continue, did you see what Nick Wright he said a couple weeks ago? And like I could see his like point of view, but he said that the Lakers should want the Nuggets first round because they're gonna have fresher legs. But and I understood his point, but he completely ignored the other side of it. You're getting arguably the best player in the league right now with fresh legs, Nikola Jokic. You're getting him first round. You know what Nikola Jokic will look like in the first round? Aaron Gordon the first round. Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. has been shooting the hell out of the ball, like since the All-Star break. He's been going crazy. I'm surprised he's not even getting a lot of love, but he's been going crazy. I just don't know if
I
you want
think
the Nuggets first round.
I
I understood half of it, but not the other half.
Yeah, I don't really like Nick Wright's takes. I kind of just throw him like to my offhand, like, it
Yeah,
sounds good in the beginning, and then
I listen to him to keep myself honest, so I at least know, like, you know what I mean.
yeah, but like realistically though, bro, I want to see either OKC or I want to see Minnesota. OKC one
I
because
think
they
it's
have no
OKC
bigs.
for you. I think it has to be OKC. They have no big
Like
and no experience, Jay. No
if
experience and no bigs. Let Shea
if
get his
OKC
30 to
can get
35.
this,
Cool. But J Dub can't get his 25. Chet can't get his 20. AD is gonna shut that down. Chet,
yeah,
that's clipped. That's clipped.
that's
I'm already
clipped.
saying it now. That's clipped. If AD gets Chet, it's
Chet
over. It's a
Chet's
wrap,
not ready,
bro. He's
and
not ready for that.
honestly, yeah, I would say OKC one because again, AD's been playing hella good this year.
He's been
Besides
crazy.
against like Sabonis, I don't know what it is against
I
like
don't know either. What is that?
I don't know. I think AD doesn't really care.
So weird, bro. Like, why
It's
is that?
weird. It's weird. It's weird because he's the only big that does that to AD. Every other big like AD goes up against, he's like,
He
okay,
plays
cool, I'm
well.
gonna
He
get this.
matches him. Embiid
Yeah,
matches him. Jokic matches him.
I think he knows for a fact. And I'm not saying he thinks like Sabonis sucks. Obviously, Sabonis is a great player.
Yeah.
I think AD knows for a fact that like they will never ever have to meet up in the playoffs. But even if they did meet up in the playoffs, it's like I'm gonna destroy you. I've been here. I've won before. I know what I gotta
Yeah.
do. You
Yeah.
know, like he's gonna maximize himself to the fullest in the playoffs. But
Yeah.
other than that, I'd rather just see OKC one because AD's averaging fucking what 27.5 and probably like 13 rebounds and
He's
1.8 blocks a game.
literally minimum 25 and 12. Minimum.
There's been
On like
games where he's gone
55%
for
shooting. Bro.
he's shooting
Like,
threes again. A lot of people don't know
bro.
that he's starting to shoot threes again. He's starting to feel it again, and that's another big reason why we beat the Nuggets that year too, because he was shooting threes. He was shooting step back threes, bro. Like
Well, I mean, and this is like my only thing that I knock on LeBron since that Lakers tenure. And I understand because of, the positioning, and they didn't really have anyone to play center because we all know AD's a four, obviously. But I can never get the image of who AD was in New Orleans and how fluid and athletic. Like, I was watching Pelicans Blazers highlights from 2018. You remember when they swept the Blazers? The team that had Rondo, Drew, Boogie, AD, Etwan Moore. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. In real time, I didn't appreciate what that team was. You got two guards, selfless guards that don't care about scoring. They'll play make and defend the hell out of the ball. Shut down Lillard and CJ. Boom. You feel me? That's out the way. And then you got this superstar in AD, who everyone was basically saying the next best player in the world, most talented. And I wasn't like claiming that to be him because obviously there's a lot of great talents in the league at the time, but I could see it. He had no weaknesses in his game. He was shooting the three ball, shooting the midi, killing in transition. He was already
shoot a free
arguably one of
throw,
the best. Free throws crazy,
defenders.
80% plus every year, clamping everyone. He can guard point guards. Like, he was guarding point guards. There's no switching on AD. There's no switching. If Kyrie draws
Is
AD
not.
on a switch, it's not a oh,
I've
I'm
seen
about to
AD
go by
lock
him.
up
No,
Curry. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've definitely seen it.
bro,
And but AD.
his body
Okay,
type,
so like,
his
there's a
body type
reason
was different.
why. Reason why AD wanted to come to the Lakers because he's seen what LeBron was. He knew he can win with LeBron.
He knew for sure
Also, he knew that like, okay, cool. Like, I don't gotta do all the shit I was
what I
doing
was
in New
doing. It
Orleans.
true
I got
because I
this
got LeBron.
fucking. I got this tank over here. Like,
I got this goat. I got the goat with me.
but now it's like you can see it turning around. AD's only missed what 4 games this year.
He's had
4.
literally. If you were to say he's having a career year, I wouldn't hate it. And people would probably be like, "Oh, but what about his years in New Orleans?" But wait, like, for what they're asking him to do, he's being a defensive anchor. He's already an all-time defensive player. Like,
Mm-hmm.
people don't talk about it enough. He's already an all-time defensive player. He doesn't have a defensive player of the year, does he? I don't
I
think so.
don't. No, I think he has one. I
He has
think he
one.
might have one. I think
He
he
might
might
have
have
one.
one.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, I mean, Giannis has two. Giannis has two. And I'm not taking anything away from Giannis, but AD on the defensive end, the way he can guard wings, anchor the paint. Like, Giannis is a great defender too. He's not anchoring the paint like AD. AD has evolved himself into this, bro. This, like, I don't even know what
He
to
can
even
play
call
from
him,
the
bro.
free. He can play from the free throw line out to the 3-point line. Because I watched the podcast with him and D'Lo. D'Lo
Yeah,
went to his house
I didn't
and
watch that. I didn't watch that either.
he asked AD, he's like, "Yo, how are you able to play from the free throw line from the paint to the 3-point line?" He's like, "Bro, he's like, I've done figured it out that like if I play back enough and up enough that like I can get back. I know I can get back. I'm fast enough to get back,
Yeah,
and I know if as
yeah,
soon as I turn around and somebody's driving to the basket or something,
yeah,
you're gonna get scared." I'm a defense. Like he literally said like he's a defensive anchor. Like people are afraid to try to even dunk on me. You got to
yeah,
catch AD while he's not looking. If he's
for
not
sure.
looking, oh for sure. But if he's looking
Yeah,
at you, oh nigga, I'm not about to try to go dunk on you. I've seen what he did to Giannis a couple of
yeah,
games ago. I
yeah,
know who he is. I see
yeah.
why they get the comparisons like who's really better. AD's the better all around player. You feel me?
I've always been
AD's
one to
definitely
say
the
that.
better all around player.
I feel like his not
Giannis
just his bag, but
just doesn't he does it for me, but he doesn't do it for me the same way AD does. Cause like, okay, with Giannis, like we're used to seeing him get 30,
I feel like
30.
his deficiencies are louder. I feel like you can find his
Yeah.
deficiencies. We saw it.
Like
Miami did
what
it like a couple years ago, right? When they built the wall in front of Giannis. Can't
yeah.
necessarily
You
build a
stop him in
wall in
half
front
court
of
offense,
AD. Yeah,
offense is over. With AD, bro, it's like, okay, one, he's not even like the point guard. AD's not the point guard. So it's like you got LeBron bringing down the court, and 9 times out of 10, AD's already just running down the court. By the time in that half court offense, AD's already in the air catching a lob.
yeah.
You can't
Or that,
stop that.
or the pick and pop. Like you got to respect his pick and pop. Like you got
Yeah, his pick and
if
pop
he's
is insane.
12 to 19 feet out,
It's
you
over.
gotta put a hand up. You gotta put a hand up. You have
But
to.
even if you
And
do, he can climb. He can go upstairs
and
and get the ball.
he can close out too. Like you got to close out hard on him. Like if you don't close out hard on AD, he's going by you. And not a lot of people can jump with AD.
Also, too,
And if you foul him, and we saw this in that Bucks
he's
game
gonna
we
hit
just
it.
talked about, he's hitting his free throws.
He's hitting his
He's
free
hitting them.
throws.
Hitting
Hitting
his
his
free
free throws.
throws.
It's over.
Not
But
all his bigs. Giannis is not doing that. Giannis is not going 18 for 20 from the free throw line. He's not that consistent from the free throw line. He may do
not
it
at
here and
all.
there, not that consistent. I feel like we have
So,
enough track history now.
pretty much, so yeah, OKC,
Okay, see.
OKC, and then for the second round, I don't know how that would go.
That's up in the air because we don't even know how these teams are going to shuffle. The
So
Clippers
like,
are like
I'm
the
just gonna
fourth
go.
seed. They might end up six. Like Mavericks might end up
So
four.
I'm gonna just go based off of from what I know. So like OKC, I know damn for sure we can beat the Clippers because I know what the Clippers stand for and I know what's gonna happen.
I think now seeing the way Harden has been the past like 3 weeks and the weird quotes and now Kawhi has missed a couple games. I think I'm
PG's
about to
been
pull the
in and out.
I'm about to pull the plug on the Clippers.
I
I don't
think
know. I don't
I
know.
think personally,
Kawhi's gonna have to save them again. He's gonna have to save them.
them next. I think I would want to see OKC, the Clippers, because I think we could beat the Clippers in six,
Well, you guys
bro.
have already
I
beat
think we'll beat them in six.
the Lakers have already beaten the Clippers a couple of times this year, right?
We beat them three times this year. They beat us
Three out
once.
of four times. Yeah.
Yeah. We beat them
And
once.
You
Yeah.
know
So
how
like,
LeBron feels about the Clippers too. We've seen it.
and every single time the Clippers have had their full team too. Every
They
single
have.
time.
I've trust me, I've watched the games. They've been healthy.
And they've had more stars than them too.
Of
At all
course.
times. So it's like
And this was
them
during this period of time where D'Lo wasn't
D
on his
wasn't
heater.
doing his
He wasn't on
thing.
his heater. Yeah, he wasn't doing his thing. So if LeBron was still closing games out with a okay D'Lo and an okay Reeves, and Vando probably missed a couple of those games too. You know
Vando
what I
didn't
mean?
even play that game.
And you guys didn't have Gabe Vincent either. You gotta
Nope.
keep that in mind too. No Gabe Vincent.
And off topic, Gabe Vincent's back. Vando comes back next week. Christian Wood's out, but he's not coming back. Jackson Hayes been okay.
Yeah, he's been okay too.
A couple of our sophomore players like Max Christie has been pretty
He's been
good.
all right. He's been all right. He had a good game against Toronto the other night. I think he had like 19 or something like that off the bench.
He can shoot. He can shoot.
Yeah,
He can
he's
definitely
good.
shoot that ball.
He's a pro. He's a pro. I like
Spencer
Max.
Dinwiddie. Like when he gets on, he's on. But he's been there
better.
playing good defense. He's been playing.
Yeah,
good
he's been
defense.
better. He's been better.
So that's like another big body on the floor.
And I was out on Spencer Dinwiddie too, but he's been better.
Shout out to Rui.
Yeah, Rui's legit. I've been coming
Shout
around
out
on
to
Rui.
Rui.
I've been like,
Like,
maybe,
like
but like, nah. I think
every time
he
he
can be something now.
get that ball, he drive into the paint. He might dunk on
He's
you too.
thinking he's thinking to the rack. And you know he
He's
worked
to
out
the
with
rack,
Bron last in the summer too. You know he worked out with him.
and he
So
can shoot the fuck out the ball.
what's he shooting
He's
at
been
for numbers?
shooting.
I didn't even look it up. He's letting
I
it
think he's
fly,
shooting. He's letting it fly, bro. I think he's shooting like
bro.
hot, like I think 39.9% might be 40s, might be
Nah,
40%.
now if he's shooting high 30s, I'll accept anything 36, 37 and up. Rui,
I think he's shooting high
30,
30s, like high 30s.
36, 36 and up, I'll accept it because with the type of playmaking that LeBron, Reeves, and Russell give you, he's gonna get high quality looks. And those three
That
guys, you gotta man up on them. That pick and roll, the three of them in pick and roll, Reeves, D'Lo, or Bron. I don't think there's another team that has any better like pick and roll trio. Forget playmakers, but like pick and roll soul. Like Reeves is a killer in the pick and roll.
the Nuggets.
D'Lo, the Nuggets. Oh,
The
okay,
Nuggets
Jokic and
got the
Murray.
best pick. The Nuggets, I would go Nuggets 1 and Lakers
Not even
2
the not yeah,
only because like if you like look at it this way, like okay, like who gets the most points off of pick and rolls and shit and pass outs,
yeah,
it would be Murray and Jokic
and Jokic.
or Porter and Jokic because like they run the pick and rolls too. And like
Yeah,
if a lot of people don't notice that like down towards the end of the games, like the fourth quarter, they don't
yeah,
run no pick and rolls really until like the fourth quarter where they know they need buckets. So now look, they're running that pick and roll with Jokic and Murray's coming off the fucking
a short
screen.
roll.
And
Yeah,
sometimes like he may pass it to Jokic and Jokic may just pass it right back to him. And now
yeah,
Murray's wide open. So
yeah,
now he's shooting a three because the defenders are going under the screens and not going over. So it's like,
yeah,
all right, cool. I can't get back to that. So now he's shooting the piss out the ball. Now Murray done went off for fucking 20 points in the fucking fourth quarter. And then
yeah,
you got Jokic that can just, oh, okay, cool. Either he's gonna take it to the rack or he's gonna give and go. And that's kind of like where I'm gonna tell you something. The way the Lakers beat the Nuggets, and
yeah.
I hope none of the Nuggets players watch this. Not saying like I hope the best for your podcast, but I don't want none of the Nuggets players to watch this.
They ain't gonna
This is
watch
how
it,
you
bro.
beat this.
We good.
Never know. You be fucking surprised.
Break it down. Break down the play. Let's hear it.
The way you beat the Nuggets, bro, is you gotta isolate the big man first. You gotta isolate big guy. You gotta
Jokic.
isolate him. And the
You gotta
way
make him
you
a killer.
isolate him is that like you gotta make him work. He doesn't like getting fouled. He doesn't like people playing rough with him. I've noticed that. I've seen it. He don't like it
Yeah,
at all.
yeah, yeah,
My nigga, throw Jackson Hayes at him. He's expendable. Throw Vandal at him. He's expendable. If Vandal's going to be on the court, make him do something. You feel me?
Don't
Like,
blitz. Don't blitz Jokic either, because he's just gonna pick
now
you apart.
don't blitz him.
That's like blitzing
Take him
LeBron.
one
You're
on
not
one.
blitzing LeBron. That's like blitzing Luka. You're not gonna blitz those guys.
Yeah,
Those guys will pick you
yeah.
apart
Like
with their pass.
you gotta isolate him first. Because if you isolate him first, Murray's not going to be able to get what he wants.
And
Jokic
Jokic's gonna have to
ain't
score,
going. Yeah, Jokic is going to have to score.
and
You're going
which
to
he
have to
doesn't
make
even want to
everybody
do.
else on that team score, bro. Everybody else on that team has to beat us.
Yeah,
Every time the Lakers have lost, bro, they get beat by Jokic and Murray in the fourth quarter. They don't get beat by nobody else, bro.
just like the rest of the league.
People fail to realize that, like, when LeBron and them played them last year, bro, the games were close. They weren't getting
They were
blown out.
close. They were all single digits. All
And
the,
it all
the differential.
came down to Jokic just passing the ball out or Jokic hitting some crazy ass fucking shot.
Literally, literally.
Because, like, it hurts my head to say this, but D'Lo is going to be the key for us to beating
I think it's Reeves and
beating
D'Lo.
Nuggets.
If those guys are hitting shots and
D'Lo,
playmaking,
and Rui. And
yeah,
if Gabe Vincent can come off the bench and average just at least 13 to 14 points for us, that's fucking solid. Spencer Dinwiddie, come off the bench, my nigga, and give us 6-7 points.
if him and Dinwiddie can give you like good scoring, like supplemental scoring while during like non-LeBron minutes while LeBron's resting. If Dinwiddie and Gabe Vincent can do that, hit a couple of shots, create some shots for AD, because you know Reeves and D'Lo gonna need a breather too, because they're probably gonna be out there with Bron most of the time anyways. If Dinwiddie and Vincent can do that, and Vincent can play solid D, because I know he can, because he did last year in Miami. If they can
And he
do
can
that,
shoot the ball.
and he can shoot the ball, I think you're a different team. And you
You
got
know what
Vandal playing
lineup?
defense too.
You know what lineup I'm running at the Nuggets because they said that Jokic didn't like this last year either. Rui gave Jokic problems last year.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but like in that last game when they finally switched Rui onto Jokic, Jokic was having trouble. Like he was pissed off. Like he was pissed. Like he was
He
very
was
pissed.
he was annoyed.
Like
Yeah.
he was annoyed. He don't like being annoyed, bro. He just wants to be out there just to play basketball and go home, bro. He don't want to be
I'm
annoyed.
dead. I can see it. I can
I
see it.
think if you throw like Rui, Vando at him, throw Jackson Hayes at him, just show him like, oh, okay, like man, like you gonna have to work for this, like, but
Well,
also
that's the back line. That's got to be the back line is
keep your
Rui,
eyes on
Vandal,
Aaron
and
Gordon
AD.
because Aaron Gordon thing. I'm not gonna lie to you, Aaron Gordon is an arrogant bastard to me now. Ever since he got to the Nuggets, like I granted you won, I'm happy for you, but
I know
remember
what you
who you
mean.
are, bro. You feel me? Like you're obsolete, bro.
Yeah.
Like they traded you. They
Oh
traded
man,
him
I'm
because
crying.
he wasn't good enough. You feel me? That's why they
I'm
traded him. They
weak.
traded him for Gary Harris.
I'm very weak. I feel the same
Like,
way. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like
like
Aaron's definitely walking a little bit. You know, he's
him
walking
and
a little whatever.
who's their coach? Who's their
Denver
coach?
coach.
Yeah, who's the Denver coach?
Why is this thumbs up coming up on the thing, the screen?
Oh, I don't. Oh, I don't.
I think that's that FaceTime shit. You know
Yeah,
that
it
FaceTime
is.
shit?
I don't know why it pops up on here.
Yeah, I don't know either because we're on a Zoom call too. We're not even on FaceTime. That's crazy.
It's crazy. Probably
But
one of them trying to get to me. They're trying to make it to
yeah,
me.
I mean,
We ain't gonna
the
talk
way you
about
got
that.
the way you got him, shit, shit.
Hey man, hey, that's a little. You know what I'm saying? That's a little something. I gotta put you on a free game. I'm gonna talk to you after this.
Yeah, off camera for sure.
The the lineup I'll throw at them it would be obviously D'Lo,
Mhm.
be D'Lo, Reeves. Braun's been playing the four, so obviously Rui starting,
Yeah,
and then you got AD at the five, right? But
Mhm.
if I'm the Lakers and I want to piss off Jokic early,
yeah,
throw Vandal at him. Because Vandal has been showing that he can hit a couple of corner shots. And that's the reason why they beat us last year, too, because Vandal couldn't show them that he couldn't hit no corner threes. But if he shows them that like
yeah,
he can hit some shots, it's
yeah,
over. Or even just hit a little midi. If you can hit
yeah,
that midi, it's over. We know you can play defense, my man.
yeah,
That's why LeBron wanted you. We know you can play defense.
yeah.
So it's like I would switch out. I put LeBron at the three, put Vandal at the four, let AD play the
Mm-hmm.
five, and
Mm-hmm.
just go to town because Vandal can run with Vandal can run with Jokic, and you can let AD guard Aaron Gordon, right? Coming off the
You
weak
could,
side.
yeah, you could even you could throw Rui in there too.
Yeah, you
You could throw
could. You can throw Rui in
Rui
there.
at Gordon. I feel like Rui is just as like stocky as Gordon. You know what I mean? I feel like they got
He
similar
is
builds.
because they're both 6'9". Like Rui's
Because
like low key 240.
Rui's like sneaky athletic as hell. Like
He really
sneaky.
is
Like he's low
sneaky.
key like bro, he's
He looked
I ain't
like a
gonna lie,
Samoan, bro. He looked like a
bro,
Samoan, like a big ass Samoan that
like
just
bro,
works out all the
if you
time.
that's what I'm saying. He's just he's a problem. Like he could play
I
football. You know what I
I
mean? Like
just
you could
think
play NFL football. That's the size he got.
I think the Lakers got a good chance. But anyways, OKC, Clippers, Nuggets, finals. Boom.
Okay. Okay. I can see it.
I
That's realistic. Because Clippers
here
could probably get
first.
around to. Yeah.
Here first. Now's the pod. LeBron will be back in the finals this year, and I just want you all to know, I am not a Celtics fan. I am from Boston, but I'm not a Celtics fan. A lot of you are fucking delusional and need personal diabolical help. You feel me?
It's like we'll leave
Um,
the Celtics for a separate time anyways. But I mean, Lakers, they're like 9-1 in their last 10. Fifth
they
in
are.
offensive rating since the All-Star break. LeBron and AD, they've turned it up. I ain't gonna lie. They've turned it up. I think they've been hearing a
Oh,
lot about these best duo in the league. You know those combos been going around. Best duo in the league, is it Kyrie and Luca, Jason and Jalen, you feel me? Jimmy and Bam, Jokic, Murray. We've been hearing it. And I think they've been hearing a little bit too much. I think they're sick of it. They're like, listen, the only ones who got a ring that are really deserving in that conversation is Jokic and Murray. and we know we can go
Mm-hmm.
at them boys, and we got our own ring. So I think I don't know. I
It's
think
gonna be
Bron and
tough.
AD. I don't know. I think they going. I
It's
think
gonna be
they got
tough,
something
gang.
spiced up. I think they got something cooked up for some people. I don't know. But before we go, I have to ask the last question. Who's your MVP this year and why?
Luka.
My boy.
I'm
Okay.
tired. I'm tired of them. Like they gave it to people deserving, obviously.
Yeah.
But I feel like he gets disrespected too much just based off the fact that he's in Dallas, and that
Yeah.
a lot of it stems from a lot of people not liking Mark Cuban. Obviously, they
Yeah.
think he's a bad owner. Like I've heard it here first. Like Kuzma said he didn't want to get traded there because like they don't nobody likes Mark Cuban. You know what I mean? Like nobody likes him. I
Yeah.
think it stems from that. I think he has had the best past 2 to 3 seasons, just scoring, assisting, triple doubles. Like yes, Jokic has had plenty of
Yeah. But
those,
and
but
Jokic went
with
out. He said
Luka,
it too. He said it like a month ago. He said like Luka's the MVP. And I know people are
what
gonna be like,
Luka's
"Oh,
been doing,
they're friends." But it's like, listen, man, like, bro, like
yeah.
this is a competitive sport. Like
But
Jokic
but
didn't have
like,
to go out of his way and say that. Like he still went out and he said it to the media. He knew they were gonna run with it, and he still said it.
but
So I
Luka,
don't know.
like for me, bro, he does it for me. He pushes the needle. You feel me? Like he's in the West.
Yeah,
You feel me? Like out of the best 25-year-olds in this league right now, he's the number one 25-year-old.
yeah.
Like
I feel
granted,
like
he
there's
hasn't.
low key a gap. There's a little bit of a gap too.
Granted, he hasn't
I,
made it to the finals, but it's like
but we know though. We know
it's
what he comes
harder.
with though.
It's
This is a
harder.
guy.
It's
This is a guy
harder.
eliminated Kawhi and PG in like year 2 or 3 or whatever that was.
Devin
Like,
depleted the Suns team at one point, like
yeah,
demolished them.
that game 7. Like, bro, we
Like
know what Luka coming with, bro. We know it.
like like I was like he just like for me like he's like a top 5 player in the league right now, bro. Like you can't not say he's not, bro. It's like yes, there's
I
like you
honestly
got like
think he might be. I think he's honestly top 3. I really do feel like. Like I
I
don't. I
think
feel like it's
personally
who's your top 3 right now?
for like um top 3 players in the league, period.
Yeah, just right now.
So for me, bro, like all right, I'm not gonna say LeBron because like
It's
that's my
hard.
goat.
That's okay
It's
though.
hard not to say him.
That's okay though.
Um,
Listen, you saw my pyramid. Listen, man. I had him there right under Jokic. You feel me? I don't play about Braun. The basketball mind, the IQ, and I've seen what he does and what he did last year on a bum foot in game 4. He had like 40, 45 or something like that. Bro, I'm not playing about Braun. I no longer question that. And
I,
this mind the game that just takes it to a whole nother level. Like he really is a basketball druggie. Like that is literally like a lot of people go down here and they say, "Oh, I live whatever basketball, blah blah." No, you don't. We see you on
nah,
Instagram.
he
You're doing
lives
other
it.
stuff. He actually lives it. The dude actually said that I hate college basketball, but because I'm such a basketball junkie, I still find myself watching it. He made a scout report for his former high school coach. He don't like college hoop. He made notes and gave it to him. He's a junkie, bro. Bro, I'm not
Junkie.
playing by Brown no more, bro. He's the GOAT. It is what it is. So like it's
So
okay. If you think Brown's top 3, that's fine with me. More than fine. Trust.
I'm not gonna be biased. So I would go Luca number one. Luca.
Jokic.
Um,
Jokic gotta be
yes.
top 3. He gotta be top 2.
I gotta put Jokic in. My third one, bro.
Third is tough. Third is tough. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like
There's a lot
my
of
top
dogs
three.
out there.
Not listen.
I
A
don't even
lot of
know my
people gonna
3
hate me
is.
for this, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna say just based off of what I've seen in the last 2 seasons from him, showing that he can lead a team and how he turned his this young team around. I'm gonna go Shea.
You got Shea 3.
And the reason why, because like I was going to pick Edwards, but I have to see more from him in
Okay.
order to see like how he's really
Well,
going to progress. Because I know he's a dog, but
yeah.
I don't know if he's a dog. Like okay, like I've seen Shea take a 45 and 20. No, what was it? What was it like? What was their record? It was
You
like
talking about this year's team? This year's team? I mean,
well, yeah, like
they've already surpassed 50 wins for sure. They're probably at like what?
yeah, they have 53 wins.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's
That's
like
crazy. I mean, it's crazy. It is.
they're the youngest team in the NBA, and he took it.
And they're
He
not
took
just
them
young,
and
like they're young, like they're young. Like he's like 24. They're
Yeah,
young, like
and
they're
they're all like
babies, bro.
19, 20 around them.
Bro, they're literally like they're a college team, essentially.
Like,
And Shea is just like a post grad transfer. Basically, that's what they
like
are.
I'm gonna tell you why I didn't pick Tatum. He pushes the needle, but when the
Big
needle really
moments
needs to be pushed, I don't
doesn't push it.
see it. Like, granted, Shea hasn't even made it to the finals yet, but like, I feel like
You
he has more of
you
that
see
dog
something.
in him.
Yeah, you
I
see
see
something
something
with
in
him.
him that I don't like. He doesn't settle. Shea doesn't settle for fucking threes. He don't settle for mid ranges. He don't settle
Yeah.
for layups. You feel me? Like, the difference between him and Tatum is like, obviously they're two different type of players. They play a different way, but it's like
But I like Shea's shots better though. I like the shots that Shea gets better.
Shea
And I'm
showing
a
me like,
C's fan.
okay,
I'm a C's
if
fan. I'm
he's
saying that.
yeah, if he's smaller than you, like if that player is smaller than Shea, he's putting him in the post, bro. You feel me? Like, Shea has enough post game to know like, you about to put this fucking 6'3" thing on me,
Tiny, tiny, like a
tiny.
baby, and rock him to
He's
sleep.
not going to do no. He's not going to do no fadeaway on you. He's going
Mm-mm.
to post you up, back you down, shoot it right over the top. That's what like I like from Shea. Like, and Shea gets his points on efficient scoring, bro. Like, he's not out here taking dumb shots. You know,
He doesn't
Tatum, I
take
feel
dumb
like
shots.
down the line, this is not a knock towards Tatum. I'm not a Tatum
He's a
hater. I'm
back
just
and forth. He's gotten better at it. He's gotten better at it, but I feel like it's been like we've waited too long for him to like
yeah.
take
Like,
the right shots. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm
all the time, not all
I'm a
consistent.
realist. I'm a realist. So like, I'm gonna tell people how it is. Like, Shea's in my top three because like he does what he's supposed to. He doesn't do what he's not supposed to. Like, he puts his team in the positions to win games down the stretch. Like, I can see him go win games down the stretch. Tatum,
In a
I've
tougher
seen it
conference,
before
by the
too.
way,
Yeah,
in the harder conference by a significant
in
margin
a harder
too.
conference, in a way harder conference.
Like
And the fact
it's
that
not
I'm
even
seeing that
debatable.
from a 24-year-old bro at that age, bro, tells you
Yeah,
like, oh, okay, cool. Like, he he knows, like he knows, you know,
yeah,
he
yeah. He
knows. Like,
knows.
he's not out here saying he's a top five player in the league.
Yeah,
He's just playing ball. He's hooping, bro. And Tatum, like,
yeah.
and again, like, bro, like I like Tatum. I just see it for what it is.
We need to see more
We
though.
gave him
We need to see
we gave
more.
him
He's had a lot of
too
chances.
many
I understand,
excuses.
and he's had a lot of
Too
teammates.
many excuses.
A ton of great teammates too. He's like he is basically benefiting a lot like how Steph Curry has. The only difference is Steph Curry, when he was drafted, those boys came in the same time as him. You know what I mean? When Tatum came in,
Yeah.
Tatum had like star vets. He had like obviously Kyrie, Gordon. He had guys
Brown
that
was
he could
already
pick.
there for like 2 years.
Yeah, Brown's already there, so he could pick, pick game for everyone. Everyone already knew he had the talent, but he definitely benefited from as far as an infrastructure, like coming into a right situation off rip. He blessed. You know what I mean? He
He
was
came into the
blessed, and
best
I'm
situation ever. The best situation ever.
ever, ever. And I get it.
Ever.
Like people are gonna point to the 2018 Kyrie went down, and yes, he was the year that they pushed Braun 7. He was the best player on that C's team. He was better than Terry. He was better than Jalen. He was better than Smart. Like that team
Definitely
that pushed
was.
Braun 7. He was the best player. We already knew that, and we knew that he had ways to go. But
He's definitely at his he's
it's
at his peak
apex.
right now.
You think that
Yeah.
is peak?
Because
See, I don't
Braun
think
said
so though.
that he
I
did.
think I still think that there's a IQ mental thing that he's just
How old
not.
is he? 25.
He, he's 25.
He's 20, so he's
25,
young. So he
26.
got what? He got 3 more
He might be
years.
26. He might be 26 because
Now
Jalen's
he's 25
27.
because we're older than
25.
him. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
25. So
25.
LeBron said this, right? He's had Tatum's definitely had the easiest walkthrough in his career to make it to the finals, Western Conference Finals, shit like that. Granted, they ran into Giannis that year, obviously,
Yeah,
um,
yeah. Now LeBron hitting
which
on the nail.
everybody did.
Yeah,
Like so, like he's 25, so like people keep giving that, oh, he's young, he's that he's young shit, but it's like, bro,
he's got a lot of reps. He's got a lot of reps.
you got a
He's
lot of reps, bro. Like,
played over 80 playoff games. Played like 85 playoff games, something crazy like that. Him and Brown.
you're you're losing to
That's a lot of
teams.
playoff games.
My thing is, they're losing to teams that they know they fucking shouldn't be losing to.
Like Shea's not losing to Atlanta back to back. I'm sorry.
He's not. It's not
Like
happening.
like my other like Celtic friends, they're gonna think I'm hating, but that's just not happening. I have to call it for what
It's
it
not
is.
happening. It's
Shea
not
and the
happening.
Thunder are not losing, not just any Hawks team either, bro. Trae Young. Trae Youngless Hawks team.
No Clint
A team that's
Capella either.
led by DeJounte and Bogdanovich, and I think very highly of both those players.
Oh, and Jalen Johnson. That boy been hooping.
Did he even? I don't know if he played in either of those games.
I don't think he played. I don't think he played that game
in one of them.
DeJounte shot 44 shots. I don't think he played that game.
But
I know he played the game before that.
Before that, okay, and I think he was a little hurt or whatever. But yeah, no, Jalen Johnson's the truth. No, he's a problem.
He's hooping.
That boy's a problem. But
he's a rookie, right?
Yeah. Is he a rookie or second year? I think he's second year.
I don't think he was this. I think he's second year because he be hooping. He been hooping like he's like a vet though.
Yeah, I love the way he hoops. No, but I love the way he hoops. He's tough. He's very tough.
What's your top three?
He has a good game. Top three right now. Top three. Best player in the world. I gotta still give it to Jokic just because I still think there's an IQ mental aspect where I feel like it's only like him, LeBron. You could put Luka in that conversation in terms of just like picking apart defenses. I think Jokic is at the helm right now. So I have him at 1. And, finals MVP, won the ring, defending champ. It's hard to argue. MVP 2. Just he had like his year last year was just insane. Like the year Jokic had last year, we're going to look back 5 years from now and be like, damn, this dude actually was like, that was a very iconic year last year.
You know what's crazy? He's only 27.
Jokic. And he's going to be at this level for like
another 6 years.
5 years. And even if he tails off, like
he might, bro.
The fall off is not going to be the fall. Yeah, he might. He don't really care about us, honestly. But the fall off might not be crazy. Basketball. He really don't care about us. He want to be on
because he doesn't do too much. Bro. He don't jump high. He don't do nothing out of crazy. Like he just passes the ball very good. That's what makes him dangerous.
Yeah.
If he couldn't pass the ball that good, then that would be a different story. But like, it's I don't know, bro. His fall off ain't coming until he's like 36, I think, bro. 35 maybe.
This game's not predicated on that. So I got Jokic at 1. 2, I think it has to be Luka. Just because I feel like there's too many similarities between him and Jokic. Now, the only thing that I get on Luka for is I feel like even now, I feel like he dribbles just a teeny bit too much. Just a teeny bit. Like I watched the Warriors-Mavs game. It's just a teeny bit too high. It's just like, bro, you got Kyrie. You don't have to dribble like 20 seconds.
They were supposed to win.
Yeah, they were supposed to win that game. Granted, road trip, whatever, 5 games, 10 days, whatever. They should have won that game. I was actually disappointed that they lost that game. But and that was like a playoff setting game. That's the type of game you want to win on the road. You feel me? And the road trip, right? It's a playoff setting. It's a team you might see in the playoffs too. Let's not forget. You never know. We never know how these things are going to play out. What if they both win their first rounds? You know what I mean? We never know. So you want to win games like that. You really don't. Bro, the West, I don't rule out coming out on top. The West. The West is crazy. Yeah, Mavs definitely. I'd have Mavs in the series. But I got Luka at 2 just because I think the game's just too easy for him right now, bro. The game is too easy for him. Like, you seen that shot he hit in Houston, 40 points bro? A game.
Yeah.
You seen the shot he hit in Houston, bro? What are we doing, bro?
That demolished the whole offense. That demolished the whole Rockets offense.
I think that demoralized their season. I don't think they've been the same since that game. I think
they haven't been the same since Terry Eason said, "We're coming for you, Draymond. We're coming for the top spot. We're coming for y'all."
I think they won 1 game after that, and then they lost ever since. But Luka, to keep it on Luka, I just think it's easy for him right now. I think the game's just too easy. It's that, like, the playmaking is insane. He's leading the league in scoring. I've never seen a scoring champion that is literally it's been his title for like 3 months now. We've known that he's going to win the scoring champion.
He's on his James Harden run.
But it's not being talked about. And I get it. We talk about Luka. But, like, bro, this is what I'm talking about. Like, he's leading the league in scoring. He's probably top 3, top 4 in assists. The team has had – I mean, I've watched plenty of Mavericks. You know I'm a Kyrie guy. You see the jersey. I'm a big Kyrie fan too. So I've seen plenty of Mavericks games. Kyrie's missed like 22, 23 games this year. He's been dinged up. He's had a couple injuries. And they traded for PJ and Gafford. That was a trade. They didn't start the season with them, which means Luka has had to carry this team basically, like you said, James Harden, for like 40, 50 games until Kyrie came back. That has to go into MVP talks. He's leading the league in scoring. I don't know. I just feel like he has to be number two. Has to be number two. And number three, this is where like I've gone in all sorts of different directions. At one point, I thought it was KD. Right now, I think it's Braun. I can't act like Giannis is not Giannis. You know what I mean? Giannis, like even Giannis, the year Giannis is having right now, I like, bro, he's gonna make another all defensive team. He's gonna make a first all NBA team. The Bucks are what, second in the East,
Third.
like third,
I think the Cavs are second right now.
and that's with, let's not forget the turmoil. They were second in the East, and then Adrian Griffin got fired. I don't know why that thumb keeps coming up. That shit's really tweaking me out, bro. I don't know why it's coming up. But anyways, bro,
It's because you put your thumb up and it
bro.
came up.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Last time that thumb came up, it wasn't because I put my thumb up though. That's why I'm like, yo, like, you gotta tap the wires, make sure niggas not on me. But anyways, bro, what was I saying?
He's looking for me.
Bro, what was I saying? I was talking about Giannis. Well, Giannis had a crazy year, a crazy, incredible year, and I feel like that's another guy that's not getting a lot of love. They've been winning games, and keep in mind, Dame Dollar hasn't been Dame Dollar this year. He had some time to adjust. I know
It's
people
because he
talking
has
about
to. He's not. It's not.
he's
No
better
more
now.
one-on-one basketball. It's no more one-on-one
It's not.
basketball. That's why. So
Yeah,
that's
sure.
really what
he
it
doesn't
came
have to do
into.
everything either. Yeah,
And he's
for sure.
trying to figure that out. Like, oh my gosh, like I got another person I can do that can go get 40 by himself without doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, for sure.
So, that's really what it is now. But your top three smooth though. I like it.
But I don't know who third is. I'm like I told you, it was either KD or I had LeBron right now. I think I'm gonna go Bron. I just love the, like, bro, he's shooting. He's shooting over 40% from three. You know that, right?
Yeah. It's the highest since Miami. 2011,
That's
2012
that's
Miami.
that's insane. And I still don't think he gets to the free throw line enough. I still don't. I mean, he never has in his career. That's a guy that should be getting to the free throw line 10 times a night. Realistically. Like the way Shea gets his calls, and I'm not putting it all on the refs, because Shea kind of has this James Harden way of like manipulating defenders and still getting the call, which is like cool. That's another art of his game.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron shouldn't need to manipulate people. We've just heard refs be like, "Oh, we don't give him the call because we've seen him like convert on certain possessions." But that shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Like a foul's a foul. It doesn't matter if he's 270
It's because he's
pounds.
too fucking big, bro. Like it's just he's 6'9",
but that shouldn't matter. A
270.
slap is a slap. If I slap a 5-year-old baby the same way
But
I slap you on
even
the
when
wrist,
he does,
a foul's a foul.
even if they do give him the call, bro, like you gotta look at the narrative. He's too fucking big. He's a baby. He's crying like this, crying like that. But it's like
And I ain't trying to hear all that. Foul's a
your
foul,
favorite
man.
player.
Give LeBron the calls, refs. Give LeBron the calls, man.
Hey man, they didn't even have to give him no calls because guess what? We got 40K points and counting. 4,100 points and counting. Actually, when we retire, guess what? 4,500 points. He's top 10 in assists, top 10 in steals, top 10 in blocks. Fucking shit. Is there another stat? I don't even know if there's another stat for this man. Like he's trying to be number one in everything.
He's 40. It's 40, 10, and 10 right now. Just 40, 10, and 10. Literally like 40, an NBA Finals game, bro. 40 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. Like that's
he's gonna end up 40, 12, and 12 when he's done. When it's all said and done, 40, 12, and 12.
Close to. Very close.
If he continues to play the
way
he's been playing, it's gonna be like.
And I think he
comes back next year.
I think he can. I used to think like, oh, he might evolve into this like point center, point forward. He might go to the block. Man, that's BS. That's out the window, bro. He's running pick and rolls till he's literally can't run no more. LeBron is running pick and rolls till his legs can't work no more. I've said it. It's a wrap.
70,000 minutes,
bro.
And haven't changed his wills once. Like he told Savannah. Yep.
Yeah, he told me. Rub my feet, shorty.
Rub my feet. 2003. He been running them same knees since 2000 for 21 years, gang.
Same tires on the Escalade, man, bro.
And when he retires, he gonna be at like 75K minutes, bro.
Something crazy. Those records are never gonna be broken.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Not in my lifetime. I know that.
If we're all smart people, start buying LeBron tickets now to see him play, because when that time is coming and it's time for him to go on that world tour, especially if he comes to Boston.
What?
You're not even
What?
gonna get a top row seat for fucking $150. That shit's gonna be
Nah,
$1,000.
that's out the blue, bro. That's out. That's out of there.
30 for
That's a
30.
wrap. That's a wrap. That is really, really freaking rap. All right, bro. What you got? You got like basically like another minute. What's I don't know if I should do player. What's like the biggest? How should I phrase this? What is your biggest takeaway this season? Be either biggest takeaway or you can do. I know I said before we recorded a player you're looking forward to, looking out for next year that no one's really talking about or whatever. Either or both. I don't really care.
I feel like they're talking about him a little bit, but not enough. And I'm going to say this. Obviously Edwards. Like
And
he's not getting the recognition that he needs. Yeah, definitely. And
not
he's not
enough
getting the
MVP love, by
recognition
the
that he
way.
needs.
Not enough MVP love, I don't think.
He's had some games where it's like, all right, like we might really have to start taking this kid serious. He's 23 years old. He's
Is
only
he
23.
23? I think he's younger.
Yes. No,
I think he's
22.
22.
He's 22. No, he might be 21, 22. I don't, he's young. He's
He's
young.
young. He's a baby.
And the rest of the league should be scared. No, he's 21. Because Gilbert Arenas said it yesterday on his podcast. We should be worried, people, that this 21-year-old that's in the NBA cooking these 25-year-olds,
Actually cooking them.
cooking the
I see him.
superstars of this league.
I seen him clamp Tatum early on this year in Minnesota in the overtime game.
I was just
I know
about to
you've seen
say
it.
that.
I know you've seen it.
He told
I
Tatum,
seen that.
he said, you're not going past me. You're not doing nothing with me, right? And then he came down the court and cooked Tatum.
I seen that. And I said,
I
I've
don't
seen
want to.
enough.
Hey,
I
I don't want to piss nobody off, so I'm gonna keep my, those are my Instagram thoughts for you. You feel me? I'm gonna keep those to myself.
I'm crying, bro. Ant's the one. Ant's definitely the one. I can't wait to see. I could be really wrong. I know I said earlier in the episode that I want to see how he manages the blitzes and whatnot, but it might not matter. He might just be on some 2010 LeBron and just go to the rack every time. He might. He really might, bro.
I want some Kobe
He really
shit.
might.
I ain't gonna lie.
Bro,
He
really
Kobe
might.
Shit.
He really might.
He's nice. He's scary nice because he's only getting better.
He is pretty nice. Oh man. But my brother Jay, it's not gonna be the last of this. We still got a lot more to uncover. There's so many other topics we ain't even uncovered.
We gotta dig deeper.
I'm glad we did this. I'm glad we started out with this. You feel me?
We gotta get more people on here. Gotta get another person on here.
So everyone on season 3, this is Jay Woo, aka Jason Ingram. You feel me? I know I said this whole gov on here, but listen,
it's cool.
Ladies,
it don't matter.
You know what I'm saying?
Come find me if you want to find me. JFunny617 on Instagram. For me, that's the only way you're gonna find me. No Instagram, no Snapchat. I know. I have Instagram. I don't have Facebook. I don't have Snapchat.
You know, Snap no more.
Nope. 6 months.
Lying.
6 months. 6 months. Damn. Just like Facebook. 6 months. I'm cleansing myself and I'm focusing solely on the things that I love.
That's what I like to hear, Jay. That's what I like to hear.
You gotta focus on the little things. Like I've been focusing more on myself, working out, watching more basketball.
Oh yeah.
Learning how to just, you gotta love yourself, people. Okay.
Hey man. For sure.
Learn to love yourself.
You dig. But my brother Jay, I appreciate you, man, hopping on. Like I said, it's not the last you're gonna see this man. I have a lot more coming down with him for sure. And that's all we got. All right, my boy.
That's it, man.
Appreciate you, D.
Peace, you.